Okay. All right, we're going to jump to our last segment here. This is our retro reverse segment. This is a little bit of a throwback to the old argue opposites. Essentially, the way this works is you are given a topic that is probably, at least my assumption, probably opposite to your view, and you have to argue for it. You're not going to be given a lot of time. Roughly, I would say something along the lines of like a minute to 2 minutes. Nothing too long, because I don't want to make you suffer any more than I have to suffer, gentle viewers. So we're going to start off with the first one here. The first one is going to be between Pilon, Ryan, and Adam. And Pilon, I want you to start it. You are going to argue. I'm just going to get my my watch here going again. You are going to argue for. I hit the button so stupidly. You're going to argue that the Leafs shouldn't put much stock in beating the Oilers this season. Why? 3, 2, 1, go.
The Leafs shouldn't put stock because it's the regular season, and that all goes out once it comes to the playoffs.
Very good. It's a good argument there. That was quick. I actually thought you'd go a little bit more than that.
Oh, I thought it had to be quick. Can I go longer?
Yes, you can go up to like a minute or two. Like.
Oh, okay. Well, give me a signal when to stop, I guess. Do you want to keep going, or is that good?
No, you keep talking. You got another 30 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, the Oilers are a very dangerous team, and trying to stop McDavid and Draisaitl every single night will be difficult. And I think Mike Smith will be a big issue for the Leafs. If he can get really hot, it's been proven that it's very difficult to stop him. So most of the games against the Oilers were very close. 3, I believe, went into overtime, and overtime is basically a crapshoot. They had that 3-game stretch where they dominated, but after that, everything else was pretty even. Oilers are a good team, and so the Leafs shouldn't take them lightly.
Very good. Adam, your argument is going to be why the losses to the Leaf means the Oilers are not ready or contenders.
Ooh.
When you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go.
The Oilers just aren't ready. You got a really horrible team in the Leafs. I'm just kidding. Well, let's look at it this way. You have these teams that have really pushed the Maple Leafs this year in the Calgary Flames, the Ottawa Senators, the Vancouver Canucks, and the Leafs have struggled against them, struggled to pull out wins. And when you're like that, and you're Edmonton and you're losing and being shut out almost 3 times in a row, it's time to rebuild.
I love how your explanation is basically burying the Leafs.
Yeah. I don't know if you understand how the game works. But,
I was going to just say...
I was very complimentary to the Oilers.
I was going to say...
That was a mistake.
I was argue for it here.
Hey, I was just gonna say, I agree with Pilon.
All right, next one's going to be between Sanjay and Adam.
Okay.
And I feel like Sanjay, this is actually, after today, this is a little bit more on point than I thought it would be. I thought you would argue the opposite. But I'd like you to tell me why the Calgary Flames will not make the playoffs and why it's time to blow up the roster. 3, 2.
Okay. Well,
1,
you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, as they used to say in these parts. And sometimes when you turn over coaches as much as you have, eventually it stops becoming a coach problem and it becomes a player problem. And you look at these players, and they've had how many coaches now? I think they're on coach number 5 or 6. And they've had coaches that have won the Jack Adams, coaches that have won Stanley Cups, and still consistency is an issue. So when you have that consistency and you have certain players that have been with that core group for a long time, I think eventually it's time to change that core out and bring in someone fresh and some fresh new faces and fresh new players.
Nice.
I really wanted you to say you have coaches that play fair and coaches that don't.
Only old school fans will get that reference. But,
yeah.
Adam, yours is why should people in the North or in the North Division, why should fans in hockey in the North Division not sleep on the Calgary Flames?
Well, I wouldn't sleep on the Calgary Flames because they do have a top pairing in Sean Monahan and Johnny Gaudreau, who have shown up at prime times in the season, late in the season. They know how to win games when down in the third period. That was their MO a couple of years ago. They were a scary team to play against. You've got Markstrom, who is arguably one of the best goaltenders in the league. last year, and
He can't help but throw a little dig in.
No, he's a stabber.
For
He's
all
just
of these
stabbing.
explanations.
Just stabs it.
I was gonna
Remind me not to invite Adam to speak at my funeral. 'Cause, like, Sanjay was a decent guy for a while, but he was kind of a jerk as well. Let me tell you all the reasons why I don't like.
Yeah, he switches it so casually. Hey, he's just like, orange is a great color, but that time that it beat up yellow is really a piece of garbage. Everyone hates it because it looks ugly on everything. And then but like orange, good color. All right, our final one for today's segment is between Pilon versus Sanjay. And you can let us know on Twitter what you want.
I kind of want Adam to do another one. All right.
Well, I did one for each, or two for each of you, because I thought that was a balance. And this one was the toughest one because I was like, you two seem to agree on everything, so it's really hard to find something
Me and
that you
Sanjay
can argue about.
Because we're geniuses.
Yeah. Because you both like numbers instead of people.
Numbers can hurt you.
That's true. They never lie, Baron.
Oh my God. All right. Can't wait for this episode to be over. Pilon, you're arguing why Ottawa is closer to being a playoff team than Vancouver. Go.
Well, you look at Ottawa's prospects right now. You have Tim Stützle, you have Josh Norris, you have Artem Zub, all guys that are right up there in the Calder race. They have a lot of great prospects coming up in the pipeline too. And because of that, they have some real great studs coming up. Batherson, Shabbat, the best Kachuk in the league. You have all these guys that, are really going to help the Ottawa Senators moving into the future. And I think their future is very bright.
Welcome to the Casual Dig Club.
Yeah, I had to throw one in because
that was good.
Because Adam wasn't doing this.
I might as well score that point to you for that. I think Adam's got the most points so far. All right, Sanjay, to cap her off here. Why is Vancouver closer to being a playoff team? And does Jay Beagle actually talk to you? Go.
Is Vancouver closer to being a playoff team? Absolutely. Look what they did last year.
You can't even make it through the segment. You can't even make it through the segment. Come on.
Yeah, no, Vancouver's closer because, look what they did last year. They almost made it to the third round. They have Thatcher Demko, who's an unreal goalie. At Ottawa's goaltending, it's kind of questionable, to be honest with you. Then they also have tons of offensive forwards like Pettersson, Höglander, Besser. You throw in Hughes on the back end. This team is built for success. Does JB actually talk to me? No, I just started the fan club. No, he does. He does talk to me. He invited me over when he won the Stanley Cup and had the barbecue at his house, and that's where I got that amazing picture somewhere behind me back there. I pretty much taught him everything he knows about face-offs. So
for some reason, after all this time, you still don't know where anything is in your room. Like you're like the wall. It's on the wall to the right of me. Left.
Right there.
Right.
The Paul Coffey jersey is.
It's reversed here, okay? Alberta's reversed in Saskatchewan. It's different here.
It's true.
I always thought Albertans were backwards.